Is letting your girlfriend, significant other make out with another person normal? If you aren't okay with it, then it's cheating. It's okay to set boundaries in your relationship. If you're not in a consensual open relationship, that's cheating. Good for you for breaking things off. If not wanting my girlfriend to make out with other people makes me a loser, I'm the biggest loser. Try sucking another guy off and see how she feels about it. I mean, that's cheating in my book. That's cheating. Could be okay in some relationships, but needs an open conversation where boundaries are set before any making out actually happens. Totally unreasonable of her to expect you to be fine with it without that conversation first. Don't worry about normal. You get to set your own boundaries and don't have to feel any doubt about them. Not wanting your to make out with other people is not unreasonable. I'd say it's true in the majority of relationships. So don't get gaslighted into thinking you are the one with a problem. Other people can have different boundaries and you get to have yours. So the fact that she knows someone that's cool with it is completely meaningless. My ex's argument was it wasn't cheating because it was the same sex. I think that's a cop-out, and long story short, she's the ex now. It's only okay if you two discussed this type of behavior and the boundaries of an open relationship before getting together. If that's not something you all have talked about, or it's something you don't consent to, then yes, it's cheating and toxic. To each their own, I suppose, and we all get to define our own relationship boundaries. That said, I think the norm is still cheating doesn't stop being cheating because of the sex of the person you do so with. That is not normal at all. I mean, it may be normal to some people, but it definitely isn't for me, especially if it wasn't something talked about beforehand. Your current GF just may be used to an open relationship, but you are not, and it's not something you signed up for. If she doesn't understand why you aren't comfortable with it or isn't willing to stop doing it, you may need to find yourself another girlfriend. Absolutely cheating. Just because they're fine with it doesn't mean it should be with you and her. Hell nah. What the fuck? No. Not in a monogamous relationship. My ex-boyfriend made out with his male roommate often when I was gone. And it took their third roommate to tell me. He said I'd be okay with it. Nope. That's cheating. I'm so sorry. I was in a relationship with a bi woman, who I believe now identifies as a lesbian. In our relationship, after many conversations, we agreed that we would be open to a possible three-way experiences. After this point, she would occasionally make out with people. Only in front of me. Only after confirming with a nod or something beforehand. I was secure enough in her love for me that this wasn't an issue. The rules were clearly defined. Any times it went past just kissing, we had a break to clearly set expectations. And most importantly, it went both ways. If a situation allowed for it, I would also be allowed to have the same amount of contact with the third person. The one time that something happened without my direct consent should also give you some insight into the importance of the rules. We had gotten into a fight, and a former third person who was drunk tried to make out with my ex. My ex immediately apologized to me, and made a whole point to make sure I knew she did not initiate anything or intend for that to happen. We later broke up over different reasons. But the rules we had worked for us in the time. Some guys don't care because their GFs aren't queer. So it's not really ever a thought that their GF would leave them for a woman. Others hold that line because they don't want romantic contact outside of the two of them in the relationship. What matters most is that the rules work for both people. It seems that your recent ex would want to do this, and you would prefer it doesn't happen. If this is a deal-breaking issue for you guys, then sadly you guys might not be compatible. I mean, there are quite a few guys who are okay with their girlfriend making out with someone else as long as it's another girl. Maybe she was expecting you'd feel that way too, obviously. If you are not okay with that, then it is cheating on her part. It seems you both had different ideas about what's cheating and what is not. And if neither of you were okay with conforming to the other's idea, then your relationship was not the one either of you were looking for. Breaking it off with her was the right choice. No, she's stupid. Open relationships are all the rage now, but not everyone is cool with it. If you are not, this is a discussion to have early on. I have a bunch of friends who are swingers. I don't judge them, but it's not my thing. I'm not a good sharer lol. Thankfully neither is my BF.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.